Hare Krishna, hope you're doing well. Let's get started with this question on expectation and consistency. You are given a statistic and you are told that it is consistent. It is a consistent estimator of some parameter, and according to that, you have to find this value of C so that it's consistent. Okay, let's start with theory. It's essentially the linkage between consistency and expectation. And it's simple. Whatever estimator it is, if it is consistent, its expectation must be going to the parameter. In this case, uh, ideally it should have been written that the expectation is going to the parameter as the limit is going to infinity. But that's fine because C is a constant that does not depend on n. That is given in the question. Now, you start with this, you make some simplifications using the linear property of expectation, and then the intuition part over here is to understand that here, this statistic, which is this entire statistic, which is a collection of sums of these individual statistics, if you look about it, the expectation of these individual ones are zero because it's essentially x2i minus expectation x2i minus 1, right? So it's mu minus mu, which is zero. So looking at this should give you the motivation that when I am going to calculate this expectation, I must break it or transform it into a way that helps me take advantage of this zero. And it's very well known that the variance is the statistic square expectation minus expectation whole square, variance of any statistic. So keeping that in mind, we can also take this on the other side so that we know that this is how it can be expanded. This thing goes to zero. They are independent. So the variance is just the sum of individual variances of these two terms. That is also known. Straightforward question. And while we plug in the values, we must be careful that at the end we must get the value for C as we go down these steps, cancel out sigma square and get to C in a correct manner. Simple, it's half. That's it. Hare Krishna. And now, going slightly beyond the syllabus. Till now we saw Arjun is trembling, Arjun is baffled because he is seeing all of his loved ones in the army. And that's Arjun, but for the student giving the exam, it can be baffling because these questions, when they look so tough, the thought of not being able to answer them means failing, and failing not just in the examination but in the hopes and aspirations tied to our loved ones. So in that sense, we are facing our loved ones in battle. And when that thought hits, it has happened in actual examinations to people and even during mock exams that your Gandhi, your whatever is your special USP that seems to be useless at the moment. And there have been panic attacks reported due to stress in exams and goosebumps and all of that. So these are physical symptoms to indicate that there is a huge amount of distress being faced. Let's see what will happen next. Take care. Hare Krishna.